Okay, so this is the audio server when it's receiving audio, okay? There is a encoder at the station that is sending audio up to my cloud server here. This server is in Azure. Is where this server is. It's a Linux box, and it's running Ubuntu, and I just installed Icecast on it. And then I configured it for all the statistics I wanted, how many listeners can tune in, etc. All this information you see on the screen here in this box is defined by the encoder, not by the server. If I would want to listen to this stream, and we're turning the volume down here so I don't blow everybody's ears out. How I would listen to it if I open up the VLC media player and I go to media, open network stream, and I take this guy right here. That's Leo's stream. Paste that, and then after my slash here, I would put the name of the mount point to WDTV, and then I hit left. Now I'm listening to the audio stream from the station.
So how is the audio getting to that?
Okay, so that's when
or rather, is it? I don't think is it audio or is it just encoded stream? It's not even audio, right? It is an audio. The audio was what happened after the VLC decoded that stream and turned it into audio. So the stream, how is that stream getting to the Icecast server?
All right. I can't get into for whatever reason I can't remotely access the stations, but I can pull it up online and show it. So let's do.
Because there's a central encoder setting to that Icecast server, right? That's
so the encoders. So I'm pulling up the encoder now, so we can go through it. So the encoder I'm running looks like this. On the computer in my radio station, this is running. The audio is going into that computer. Actually, let me the audio. There we go. I just want to do my microphone. And on mono, on my microphone. What the hell? I'll just use the webcam for now. So, the meters are seeing me, okay? And this is all what it's being encoded at. So, how do I get this program to send audio up here?
Is Daniel the only one doing this?
Huh?
This is the second time Daniel Newton. Is Daniel Newton the one who's created Butt?
Yeah, he wrote the software.
So the other link you gave earlier, that also from Daniel Newton, he also has his own stream.
Let me look here.
Because you sent a Daniel Newton Deutschland German. That's a stream there as well. He wrote the BUTT program, or no?
He just wrote audio encoders, so all he wrote is Windows software.
Okay.
Okay. It has nothing to do. He doesn't have any type of streams or nothing. He simply wrote software that allow me to send audio to a streaming server.
Okay.
So let's do.
So from the computer.
So now, let's say I want to send my voice right now out to this streaming server. Okay. So people can hear me. Okay.
Okay.
I can. The name of the stream doesn't matter. I'll just call this office hours as an example. Here would be the URL or the IP address of the server.
You stop sharing, Taylor.
Oh, sorry. So this piece of software is going to send my audio from my computer out to the streaming server in the cloud. Okay? So if we were to configure this, we would give it a name. The name can be whatever, it doesn't matter. We would give it the URL or the IP address of the server we want to send the audio to, the port we want to send the audio on,
and
the password, the source password, and then the mount point we want to put it on.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now I'm going to hit save.
Now you didn't put a username, so it will accept. You mean any user, or does a mount point does each mount point require username password combination?
Only if you configure it that way.
Okay.
You can use the source password and bypass that.
And the mount point, that's both for the ingest and the ingest of the audio as well?
Yes. The mount point is specified by the ingest and is referenced to outgoing. So I have this configured here and I'm going to hit save. Okay? Now I have it configured, I'm going to hit play. Now what's happening now is my computer is sending audio out to the streaming server. So if I refresh this server page, you're going to see another mount point show up here.
And is that why your audio suddenly got choppy?
Yes, because all of a sudden, now I'm streaming at 120 kilobytes per second out on top of the Zoom, so I'm going to stop this real quick.
By the way, those are bits. Data in transit is bits. Data in storage is bytes.
I need that.
Okay.
I didn't. Thank you. Sorry for...
This morning, you scared the hell out of me this morning.
Yeah.
Like 128 megabytes? I don't know if I can do that.
Since we have a large audience, I would change the streaming codec to AAC plus, and I would drop it to 96K. Oh, really? I don't want flock and I don't want word this. Okay. we're doing audio, we're doing voice only, so 96K will still sound okay. Save. Okay. So now that I'm pushing audio out to the server here, okay? So this guy will be running on a computer that's receiving the audio, the production audio of office hours, okay? It'd be sent from the main program or the main out, and it'd be fed into a single computer of some kind.
Now I should right now be able to connect to that mount point. Is that true or not true?
Yes. So if you open up VLC,
I have it.
okay, and you go to Media,
Network stream.
Network, yep, and you type in
That office hours. I did that.
office hours. So if you have what I have on my screen and you hit play,
Maybe
you'll start hearing me talk out of the screen.
I think it's because I didn't put HTTP. There you go.
And then, here's what I'll do is I will.
So I'm hearing you, I think. But
Can you post? Oops, sorry. Can you post that link into this chat here, the audio thing? Because I'm going to see where I can play that from. Because I've got a Icecast plugin.
It's choppy because I'm not an electrician that has the best bandwidth.
No, that's fine. This is just a testing for.
Yeah, so here's the URL you want to put in to listen.
Here, Ken, I'll toss it into. You can hear that, right, guys?
Yes.
That's my computer playing that stream.
Yeah, that's because good. Let me stop sharing my screen for a minute and let me adjust this so I don't sound a little choppy. Because that's driving me nuts.
How are we doing this? I guess I'll do it here. Can't get ready to receive a not notification from me. In your Discord. There you go. Your Discord is not notifying you about my message, dude.
Now, JJ, do me a favor and hit stop on that stream and then replay it to see how I sound.
Okay, cancel. I put it in Discord for you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I get another notification from.
That's what I'm saying. No.
That ping was from Taylor, not from you. I need to click on.
Just prove so much.
Yeah. You don't hear me.
I'd guess that maybe.
That's something I said.
No, Alex doesn't want you talking to me anymore. Getting bad ideas.
Yeah. But this is okay, but the real one won't be an HTTP, it'll be an HTTPS. But anyway, that's now in this. Let me save this.
So, Ken, the URL I just IM'd you, okay, is not the URL you're going to be embedding into the website. This is strictly a stream URL for a player of some kind of play.
Yes.
So, whether it be VLC or whatever web player we put on the WordPress site.
And Taylor, thank you, because I haven't grasped how this works. So Taylor was just showing us from the beginning to the end how the path of routing audio happens. So that's so far, I've got to the point where I get that you, for instance, right now, you gave us your microphone, which is being shared with this Zoom meeting. You're outputting that into Butt. Butt is sending that. Is that right? Butt? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Butt is sending that to the encoder. Also on that is on the computer. Oh no, the public Icecast server in AWS. from AWS on that particular mount point, because you don't have a username and password configured. It accepts that audio, right? And then from there, I'm connecting to it with a streaming receiver, as it were, but I didn't see it connect in your interface. Can you go back to screen share, and I'd like to see if it updates that propagated field. It should say 2. See, it doesn't say current listeners. It says 0 for current listeners.
I know this website is not a real-time refresh. If I manually refresh it, then it shows me.
There we go. Now I can hear Alvin again. Okay, now is there a way for you to output from your computer but a different stream? For instance, if you were to play an audio file on your computer, or like I said, Lo-Fi Girl. If you can you show me how to take Lo-Fi Girl, that stream, put that in but, send that output to the mount point of office hours, so I can listen to that. Because I think I don't know, but I think that the fact that I'm listening to you as Alvin and the Chipmunks is due to the fact that we're sharing that microphone with Zoom. Is that right, or is that wrong?
Yeah, no, that's right.
Okay.
And that's, so here, let me do this real quick here.
And I apologize if I'm really slow.
No, you're fine. This is why I volunteered to step up.
Thank you, sir.
You know, somebody gives me, JJ, if you said, Taylor, you can handle this, I would tell Alex in office hours, give me a computer that's receiving program audio and give me remote access to that computer, and I'll take care of it from there.
They haven't bought that computer. All I have is the spare B-Link by Courtney that Alex didn't want to use. He bought one. It's a little tiny, what's it called? B-Link. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the B-Link.
Yeah.
It didn't have enough CPU's cores in it, so you can't use it for Zoom streaming. It only has, I think, 4 GPUs in it. Or sorry, 2 GPUs in it, and they need 4 for Zoom to do 1080p. They were going to switch everything over at the here for their kits to the B-Link, which would have been wonderful for me because it's an all Windows platform or IBM PC clone platform. Linux is my friend.
Okay. I'm switching to
Closed source is not my friend.
okay.
Closed source is for people who don't want anyone else to learn.
So let me. I'm jumping to a different machine here that's better equipped to do this, and it's just taking me 2 seconds here.
Can you screen share, please? I mean, when you can.
Yeah, just give me 1 second here. And I'm about ready just to feed office hours into the stream.
And the other thing about this that I think is fascinating is that what this might offer, having looked at this, learning this technology, what this might offer after having lived through one pandemic is a way to create quick connections between people who want to share with each other while not staying reliant on a single platform that starts with Z. Because again, I prefer open source to closed. So if there's a way for churches to have a microphone in their church and a simple $200 computer that anyone can then on a Sunday connect to and listen to their service. That's awesome to me.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Right? That's what I'm learning right now from you, Taylor. that's the parasitic vampire learning, taking from your brain right now.
Yeah, with this they certainly can. Give me 1 second here. This is going to be...
Here, cowbell. It's too close. No, it's still too close.
This was selected.
One.
Alright, now let's see what that sounds like.
I died.
I have too many windows open. We get lost in windows here. Alright.
Are we still using the same URL for the radio streaming? Okay.
Oh shoot, okay.
No, I died.
I screwed up on something. Hold on. I defined the wrong mount point on the computer, so hold on a minute. Let me go back into here. And that's why you guys can't listen. Cancel. Everything. Edit.
Like my microphone, Ken? Ken, do you like my microphone?
I was looking at it. It looked like some kind of light.
That's the camera.
Like a magnifying. You know, one of those things you look through to magnify something with a light on it.
It is. It's a camera. It's one of these what's it called cameras, streaming cameras. I didn't have a mic. The mic out of my laptop. That's all I'm using is the laptop here. It's just garbage. When I'm here, I'm like,
so the mic from that camera.
Just using the mic of the camera.
It looks like some really fancy.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty hilarious. Let's see if I can get connect to it. Let's see, activate. There you go. See, look, it does.
Oh wow!
Because it's a camera.
Fancy. That's it.
My fancy mic.
You can say, yeah, this is the.
I could also say, I think,
2000.
yeah, I now I'm going to give you a bright idea.
And so, yeah, your mouth is Italian now.
Okay, now guys, do me a favor and listen to that bit.
Okay.
Play it.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
Hard for me to go back. So
That
that's
works.
Wait, what?
everything kind of has become over the last year has gone from. I think it's basically
Okay, can I see how you writed that though? Where'd you scrape that from? Did you download something? I want to see how you sent that.
I'm simply just restreaming it.
Okay, hold on. Where? Can't see anything.
Horrible player. I get some of the best in
I did a screen share. I'm simply just restreaming YouTube. I'm playing a YouTube recording of office hours and playing the recording up to you.
Okay, so where did you send that? I can't see all that well, but where did you send that in butt? What did you configure in butt for that to happen?
So, let me stop screen sharing for a minute and pull up PNC. Hold on. Sorry for the continued switching. This way I can get better interaction time.
I think you might need to stop your YouTube.
Screen share again.
Why are you coming in so poorly?
Well, again, I'm streaming from a place that I don't have a lot of bandwidth.
Oh, yeah, but the controls are there. Why are the controls visible? That is so weird. The fact that I can see stop share. Are you? Anyway.
So, I'm using VB cable. I'm using a virtual cable. And I'm taking the output of YouTube.
Yeah.
Sending it into a virtual cable.
Can I see that, please?
Actually, I can pull it down here because it's the default. Sound settings. Cable output.
Okay.
VB cable, virtual cable. And I made it the default for input and output. YouTube is using it on the input side. The encoder is using it on the output side.
Okay. And then here, inside of butt.
Inside of butt, under the audio tab, I define the source where butt's pulling the audio from. And down here, I define at what rate and what codec butt is going to use to send the audio.
Why can't you change that right now?
Because it's live.
Okay.
I have to stop butt or stop the encoding in order to change that.
Okay. So your butt is the encoder. What do you think has anyone said what the encoder is here at 090? I don't know.
No, I have not been told that. So
Okay.
I have no idea.
Is it possible to make a whole computer an encoder? Or to encode? Okay.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Okay. Can that computer, which is the encoder, also it could also run the Icecast on it? Right?
Yes.
Or
So,
would you just send this as the encoder and send that to Amazon? Is that what you were also talking about? That we would send the stream to Amazon. I think I have all the answers I need here. Can you show me again how you sent that to the encoder? Sorry, sent that to Icecast from the encoder, where the mount point was configured.
Yeah. So
Stream.
I went here to the stream, or actually I went to main and edit.
Okay. Okay, cool. I think I've got that. So aside from the additional 20, is it 48 bits on the actually forget how big that. When encapsulating HTTPS, the size increase I believe is 24 bits per packet.
Okay.
What other concerns do you have about making an SSL stream? Aside from payload size. Assuming that we have here a gig circuit we could use.
Making it an SSL, making the audio server SSL is just unnecessary. There's no advantage to it.
Okay.
Is there a disadvantage?
No, there's not a disadvantage either. I will tell you that there's not a it could go either way. In my opinion, it's unnecessary.
But okay. Just for my sake, the URL you will be sending me so that I can play the stream to a Icecast player on office hours will be HTTPS then.
What I would be giving you is a HTML code that you will embed into a page.
Okay. So you're going to send me. So it saves me. So I won't be embedding an Icecast player, which is what I've done. And then because this Icecast player is then looking for you give it the I pasted in my Icecast player. I pasted in the link you've given me, and that's working. You're going to be giving me.
For the website. I'm going to be giving you the URL that will be playing and the player.
Right. Okay. But this player is because I can get players, but you're just going to send me a link to another player, or is this player not? Because supposing this player is obviously is hosted on here, the player that I've got, and the only thing that it's pulling is obviously the link for the stream. But you're saying that link from that stream.
So can you show me your screen?
Isn't that an embedded player?
Yeah.
So hold on, I'm going to make you co-host real quick so you can share your screen. I
Okay.
want to see what you're talking about here.
Yeah.
So just share your screen and show me that.
I'll do it on this machine. log in on this laptop because I'm doing this on my other machine. Let me go to office hours here. Let's see. Log into it here. Via office hours over. Open admin tab. Right, so now we go to the player. And let me share that. Okay. Zoom, share screen. What am I doing that for? I just use my switcher.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Anyway, so I've just shared the screen. This is one of the. This is another player because I had one player in there which was working, but it was just so ugly that I had to find another one. So this is the player. So all I'm doing is just customizing it slightly by putting in the office hours logo and just putting it office hours.
Okay, so
And then I'm just pasting in here. Yeah, that link is here. That's what I'm pasting.
now preview that page for me.
Okay.
Preview that page.
I just need to. Yeah. Let me give me a short code. Here, and I just need to make a page for it. And we call this Ice. I'm deliberately going to put that in there. I know it doesn't need it. Icecast 2. There. And publish. View page. So there it is. Yeah. Right, that's a nicer player than the one I had.
Yeah, and the screen URL I gave you didn't have to have an HTTPS.
No, I know that, but I haven't done any. This isn't. It's going to play. It's going to play. That's not going to be the issue. But when I do, I knew it would. That's not the issue. The issue is when I. I'm not doing. Back here. I don't need to know that. I'll just type it in. This bar is just holding. Plus.
Just two.
Is it just two?
Yeah, just two.
Sorry. Right. And
I'll get rid of the beginning part.
the hell?
Yeah, it's not gonna. I suppose because of. Yeah, that's what I think.
What's like the performance pass?
No, you see, I get all A's, so I'm gonna find a better. Why is the first bite so slow? Okay, but I'll. That's fine. I'll work it out. Yeah. Now, is the reason it's not HTTPS is because you don't have a certificate?
Yeah, and then if to configure Shoutcast or Icecast and HTTPS, you have to get a certificate, and there's more configuration. I have to get a domain. We have to associate a subdomain or a domain with it.
Listen, but I can do that because I've got Firewire SSL certificates, not Firewire. I'm talking about. I've got tons of SSL. I can set up a subdomain for this under office hours, so we can call it icecast.officehours.global, which will be SSL, which will be HTTPS for you. So you don't need to set. If the thing is, I don't know. I can make a subdomain which has a SSL certificate.
Yeah. So
would that help you?
So I guess at this point, I am not sure why we need it.
Okay.
Because at this point, you have the player on the website that plays. What else are we looking for?
Okay. No, I'm just wary of anything which is HTTP. Because maybe it's not seeing it because it's embedded in this player, but that doesn't fill me with confidence.
All of iHeartRadio worldwide is all.
I don't know. I know there's plenty. There's plenty of other things which don't have SSL. But that doesn't mean I like it, or not. I just. All right. Okay. It doesn't matter. Well, we'll come to that. If it comes a problem, then we can address it later. I've got too many other things to worry about.
Taylor, does the ingest mount point? So you had listed, because what I also want to consider is the possibility of what this will become. Because what we know it is today is that there's I think it's a stream. We'll have a computer here that we can receive the audio from, likely analog, and then it'll encode on a computer and then send that either to an Icecast server on AWS, or for the time being, at the moment, the Icecast server that I have on Courtney, Playout B by Courtney. Do you know if there's any bandwidth considerations for once this is increased to surround? Because I'm pretty sure that's been not just bandied about, but the directive for the future would be doing 4K with Dolby Atmos surround. Will this do that?
Yeah, with the right codec.
What additional bandwidth considerations do I need to include?
I have to look it up because Adobe Surround is extremely high in bandwidth per listener.
Do I have to configure anything differently on the Icecast server?
No, but the server has to be able to handle. It has to have a hardware backbone to handle all the listeners connected to it. Because essentially it would be working harder to accommodate all those listeners. So configuration-wise, you won't have to do anything. But hardware-wise, you would start running into an issue.
Can you see? Looking at the remainder of the XM, or actually, let me bring my screen up. Can you? Let me do this. Where's my pure cowbell?
Shoot, I didn't do that.
Share screen. No, where did my thing go?
Sorry, Ken, I accidentally hit stop on your video.
No problem.
My apologies.
Cut.
No problem.
So from here, what else? Where the heck is that? There it is. So we were assuming for limits, 200 clients, sources. The sources was what? Oh, per IP. Is that right? Or is that sources ingest?
Sources of ingest. So you're limiting the number of sources, aka mount points, that can be pushed to that server.
So and this is the server in toto. So not just. I can only have two sources by default. I can only have two sources on this server.
Correct. So that means that server can only run 2 audio streams.
How CPU heavy is this?
It depends on the quality of the audio. It's very light if you're at the standard CD quality level. But when you get into the higher...
Well, yeah, Dolby Atmos surround.
Yeah,
I think
it requires a significant amount of more bandwidth.
In fact, I think we maybe would consider, again, just based off the conversations of the past couple of days during WWDC and really kind of the past 2 weeks, as we're looking at what the quality level that Alex is looking for office hours with respect to the audio, which is why we're eating so much of your time right now, Taylor. Video, questions asked, type of questions asked, and time. Fitting good protein in a short amount of time, that it can be digested wholly and not lead us to fart all day long. I think that what I heard was that there are some pieces of equipment that cannot process the audio of Dolby Atmos surround, and that there are a number of ways of then creating those streams for people who don't have the equipment to process that. So for instance, if I don't have the most expensive Apple headphones, I might not experience a Dolby Atmos surround experience the same way as if I were wearing my my Sennheiser earbuds. My Sennheiser earbuds, which supposedly should do some type of surround, or even my phone has a built-in, because I have the HTC 12, and that has also a type of surround built into it, versus regular earbuds, or even these, what I wear all the time. It's a stereo. So how many asking you as a sound person, an audio person, how many different kinds of streams would I want to accommodate for if I were looking for the greatest amount of listening experiences for the most diverse number of people in a global environment? How many do you think I would want to accommodate for?
As big as Alex wants to grow this, 200,000 listeners.
And what number? 200,000 listeners, but they're not all driving Yugos. 200,000 listeners. How many different kinds of listeners are there?
Well, so the 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 quality that you encode it at, or you send it to the server at, is the quality every client is going to receive at.
If I wanted to offer quality for people who have Dolby Atmos,
Yeah.
or CD level, or what are the other steps in between there?
We'll just stick with those two for
Can I?
the sake of conversation.
Can you tell me how many there are?
There's it's look at the technical term.
The top 20.
Well, it's actually more like the top 3.
Okay.
It's like AM radio quality, CD quality, and then HD, and then Atmos.
Okay, 4.
4.
Okay. Cool. So, would it be possible to differentiate those 4 for a person who's listening by having either 4 from Ken's point of view, having 4 different players with 4 different mount points? Would that be how I would do it? And then
Yes.
and then send 4 different encoded, it's the same audio being produced, but then I code it on 4 different devices with 4 AM, CD, HD, Atmos as 4 different streams, and then Ken would have mount points that he would create the player to listen to those 4 different qualities. Does that make sense?
Correct.
Okay. So at the Atmos level, because I think you said 200,000, at the Atmos level, what percentage of people today do you think have Atmos? And that said, how much CPU utilization should I build for 100 Atmos listeners?
So I'll be honest with you, I've done streaming for a while, and I have not streamed at Atmos quality.
Okay. How many for 100 CD listeners? 44.1, is that right? Megahertz? What's HD? 48?
So 128, the next step up is what is it? It's 256. So
Double.
HD quality is 256.
Double.
CD quality is 128. AM radio quality is 64.
Double every time. Okay. So it's just logarithmic. Based on the number of listeners, it's log the next.
So to put this in context, 64 kilobits per second audio is equivalent to 360p of video. 128 kilobits of audio is equivalent to between 480p and 720p of video. 256 kilobits of audio is equivalent to 1080p. Does that put it in better perspective?
I don't. Yeah.
You don't know yet how much that is for Atmos, because it might not be. It might be a factor of.
Actually, it's a factor of 2, I think. So
would it be a factor of 2 for Atmos?
No.
Yeah.
So since we're doing 4K at the same time, so what he just says 1080p is we have a pretty good baseline. The 1080p requires a 2 meg connection. So if 1080p is a 2 meg connection, then 1080p plus Atmos audio is a 4 meg connection. Add to that the 4K, that's a 6 meg connection. right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need a 6-man connection in order to do one stream of us watching office hours and of us taking office hours and then encoding it. One would need on the audio side 2 megs per. So at 200,000 users, of which I would say 10% of that would be, that's still 20,000 users listening.
I suppose then, what in terms of for the financing of this would be, because there would be those streams would be unique, and for audio files who would want to listen to that, they wouldn't mind paying, because they just they won't be able to get that, so if as a service, yes, if you wanted that, 4K Atmos, here is the link to the stream, but you have to pay for it because of the bandwidth and the hardware that's required. Especially because we're now appealing to a higher end. I don't think that would be, that's not going to be an issue, because you're going to need to be at a higher end to be able to listen to it, to be able to have that. So they're paying for that. But definitely, I know Alex would be wanting to offer that as a service.
Yeah.
That we're one of the few places, if not the only place, that will be streaming live 4K HDR Atmos. And Alex would just want to know what is required for us to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's what
the costing. Yeah. And if we can say, well, this is what it's going to require. This is
Yeah.
Because that's simple enough for me to tag to that. Yeah, there's a price for that. For the very highest, that's fine. And
I'm a person, I don't care about budget. That's why my wife wants to leave me.
Alex would definitely want to be able to offer that service, and we would be able to answer and say, that's a service that we can deliver. It's going to require X, Y, and Z.
Exactly. That's all. And really, that's all I really care about. Like how to build this. Yeah. I don't care how big it is. It's a Sherman tank. Because I'm like you, Taylor. I'm an engineer. Like that's fine. Okay, this is what you need. Oh, you can't build it because you don't have the budget for it. Okay, then you can't build it. The end. I like to know what the most ridiculous possible design that we can build that has everything for everyone, because that's my goal. Everything for everyone. How can I create the everything for everyone? How can I make sure that there is bandwidth for the AM people who are willing to listen to AM because they just want to hear the information. They don't care that it sounds like rats garbage. The CD folks who, they want to be able to hear all the words because they want to make sure that they're getting from Taylor how exactly it is to create the perfect size stream, versus the HD folks who would really like to hear the deep bass tones of Taylor's voice when he's talking about it, and then finally the Atmos folks who wants to hear Taylor as he walks behind me and tells me about it, whispers it in my ear. That is the I think, see what I'm saying? Like trying to build the thing, everything for everybody. Because there is everybody.
Here's what I would do. I would build a separate Linux box in the cloud for each quality.
Okay.
So each quality would be on its own server.
Okay.
For the low-end server, I would do I would start down at 4 gigs of RAM on the Ubuntu Linux box. That server maxed it out at 10,000 clients. Okay. On the second box, I would double the RAM, max it out at 10,000 again, and then make a second one for HD quality at 10,000. Then your fourth box, double RAM again, and then that's where that's where big money comes in. So, you know, let's just say 5,000 apples. I'm shooting ridiculous to that. But AWS can have the backend supported,
Yeah.
and it's scalable. And I think that's also important.
So
At any time we could spin up another server. I could copy the config over, have Ken make a simple change on the website, and boom, everybody's code to a bigger and better server.
So what are the other under limits section of the configuration, line 24? What
Right.
is queue size?
That's buffer.
What's that measured in? In bytes? I have 524,288 units. Is that bytes or time? And if it's time, is that
Hang on.
milliseconds?
Let me find out. I don't remember that. I don't know. Oh, here. This will help you big time. Let me give you this one. And I'm sending it to you too. On that website, scroll down to the limits, and each one is clearly defined for you.
So it'd be five. Yeah. So 4K is. That's weird that 480 and 720 are the same. To me.
Yeah, I don't have a tech. Unfortunately, I don't have a tech for that off the top of my head.
Queue size. Okay, it's bytes. All right.
But that does that lay it out better for you in the time that you're saying?
Except this man file. Like, if you look at, so right into that queue size definition, it says client timeout. This does not seem to be used. Well, what is it for though? Does that mean like the maximum number of attempts by the client before it times out? Well, why does it say that? It says this does not seem to be used.
Yeah.
It's a terrible man page.
We take that out of the config file most of the time because we don't want clients trying to hit the server consistently. If they don't get a connection the first time, we don't want the clients trying again. We want the clients to just fail.
So the fact that it's set to 30, should it be set to 0 then?
Actually, I would just get rid of that line altogether.
Remove the line. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's comment that out.
the header timeout, the switch timeout, that can remain. Here's a thought. We can schedule this for another day, but I do have the resources and the bandwidth to build this from start to finish live with you guys over Zoom. If you want to.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Just one thing, since we're using, because it's the secure part of it, which I know I keep going on about. It says currently not supported on Win32, but we're not. I don't know. Presumably these boxes are. Well, if you're going to use Mac Mini, there's all Win64. Well, these can be Mac Minis, where they're all.
No, Icecast will be running on Linux. So these are running 64-bit Ethernet too.
Okay, that's fine. Cool. Yeah.
And so I think that eventually, Taylor, it would be nice to have a single box that is here, that is the device that we can modify for what we send to the four plus machines up in AWS, using the AWS units as relays for, or actually they wouldn't be relays, the local would be the relay server, right?
Well, so there's no transcoding on this. So the output, the ingest, the quality that's being ingested is going to be the quality that goes out. So if you send it in at HD quality, it's coming out at HD quality. If you send it in at AM radio quality, it's coming out at the AM radio quality.
Yeah. Okay.
Siri, no. Siri, no.
Not Siri. Sit, Siri, sit.
Would you mind connecting the Ethernet cables back into the LTN devices? When I rage quit it yesterday morning, pull the power and the network.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, I'll get that.
So that means that there would need to be 4 machines locally. So it's 4 machines locally streaming, each of them with their own quality levels, streaming to the ingest in the cloud, rather than the one.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so so Icecast doesn't do any transcoding. So the quality you send it at is the quality it's going to come out at. So if you send it to Icecast at HD quality, the listeners are going to listen at HD quality.
But
If you send it to at, Atmos, then the listeners are going to listen at Atmos.
That makes sense. The RAM considerations you proposed are based off of the number of listeners, though, right? Since, as you said, there's no transcode.
Well, it's based on the number of listeners and the quality of the audio. It's not transcoding it, but so it can carry the load. Because if you're sending in Atmos audio, it has to duplicate that Atmos audio for every listener. And as it duplicates that high quality audio, it puts a load on the machine. So it's not transcoding it into a different quality rate. It's simply just duplicating itself.
So that said, if I had if you, for instance, right now had a butt stream that you're sending that is at AM quality to this server, right? This Icecast server here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to listen to it from home, this Icecast server, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Ken sent a different quality stream at HD to the same Icecast server at a different mount point. I could switch between the two and I'd listen to two different qualities. Wrong?
Yes. So what you're describing is you want to put all these streams on one server, rather than each server handling a stream.
I think, and then have the relay server, 4 relay servers, just like you described, for the public to access. The public would never connect to the server here. The public would access that server up there. So if Alex, for instance, decided to have the Spanish version of the same thing on a different quality track, right? So English is, or whatever, Swahili is Atmos HD CD, then I could have on AM a different stream.
Right.
At the same time.
Yeah, and what you would do is you would have the single server in-house. It would need to be better than the Raspberry Pi. It would need to be a physical machine at some time.
No, it's a little better than the Raspberry Pi. It's the Playout B. It's the little, like the NUC, the Intel NUCs.
Okay.
It's not a Pi. But yes, a server.
This is going to be experimental when we get to that Atmos level. But essentially what we do is after we set that up, and we send those feeds to that playout feed, okay? Then when we configure the servers in the cloud, we would specify on each server which mount point or which source it's going to use. And then depending on what all your listeners, like you said, want to listen at, would be based on which server they select. The other option is we can just make one beefy server, like monster server, and put all the mount points on the same server. So the only difference for Ken when he puts the players on the website is the mount point. Everything else is the same.
Okay.
It's all easily scalable, so we can ramp up and ramp down very quick.
And I am thinking about, again, other conversations that I've heard where once office hours is 24/7, people would have different places they could go if they wanted to hear about networking, cooking, raising chickens. So we'd be creating our own content distribution network by having having these resources available in AWS. We can just distribute everywhere. Folks who want to listen to it in Russia, who want to steal all our informations about chickens, they could, by tuning into one particular stream that is just that content. Giving us, again, figuring out how to create multiple mount points. Yeah. So the one beefy server, you're still proposing the one are you proposing the one beefy server would be the primary server for relaying out? And I apologize, is the relay, do the relays connect back here to the beefy server? Or is the server sending to the relay out in AWS?
So the way I envision this is you have the beefy server in the cloud.
Okay.
This is the server all the public listeners are going to connect to. Okay? Your playout video, assuming you can handle it, will relay the audio from the office to the beefy server in the cloud. And then from the beefy server in the cloud out to everybody. So the way the chain will work is you would have 4 computers, okay? 4 computers in the office. Computer 1 is receiving audio, and that encoder is encoding it at AM radio quality and sending it to a mount point to the playout feed. That playout feed is relaying it to the BP server in the cloud.
Okay.
Server number 2, you have that machine encoding our audio at HD level. That encoder is sending it to the playout feed on its own mount point.
The B-Link. It's called the B-Link by Courtney.
Oh.
Playout B is Jonas's product.
Oh, gotcha.
The B-Link by Courtney is by B-Link, not by Courtney, but we just joke.
Before you continue, my only concern with being, I understand about one big server in the cloud, but surely it's just best because if it's instantly scalable, then having 4 smaller servers in the cloud and then scaling up when demand meets, because then you've got full over. If we can't scale up one quick enough, and the HD, so we all then drop down to listening at CD quality, rather than having, it's always scary to me, just having one beefy server, because then you're paying for that when there's low demand,
right?
Rather than having everything is there, when the demand is low, and if the demand then does go up, because we know we're going to be, because we'll have the under control, because we know we're doing, okay, we're going to be doing a big session on, Atmos, because we're going to be doing a class on it, and it's only then that we need to ramp up that separate server for that.
I think, honestly, guys, I think we're getting a little too futuristic too early.
Sure.
I think we just need to start out with one server, streaming HD audio to that server, putting a player for that in Grafana and on the website, and leave it.
I know for what we need to be doing, but I know Alex would be asking that question about, because he wants this by September, so at least we have an answer for when he asks, well, how would that work if I want to do because he wants to do an Atmos class, or an Atmos class quite soon, and just so we have an answer, knowing that, yes, well, that server can be scaled up or whatever the solution is.
Back in a sec.
I don't think, the future for Alex is now, and he will. I would not be surprised if him asking that question, and it'd be much better prepared. So no, we have that answer. Because that's how Alex is. He wants to know what the top thing would be, even though, yes, might be delivering a smaller scale, but at least if he will feel comfortable that we know, yes, to deliver you Atmos to 5,000 people, this is what's required. Or he's happy that we've at least thought about that process and know what an answer would be for that, even though we might not be there yet. We just come across a lot better if we had those answers. Okay, I need to happy to do another. Yeah, but you can do this. But I need to. I need to go because I've got another meeting in half an hour. There's something to eat before. But no, it's good. Well, I can see. Thanks for running through this, Taylor, because I can see it's not that difficult for me to set that up and have that up and running and working. So it's good to see that club, not aware of any of this at all. So I'm much more educated, and for that I thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, for as far as the website's concerned, it's going to be very easy for you.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, cool.
The, you know, JJ, myself, and maybe Mickey, I would say have the more complicated one.
Yes. Cool. Thank you very much, and we'll speak again soon. Look forward to the next session when you're when you do it again. Okay.
I'll ping you in Discord.
Yes.
And we'll kind of future date, but have a great one, my friend.
And you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.
Oi! Okay, I'm back. Did we lose Ken? Just got too tired?
Yeah, he had to drop. He had some other commitments.
Well, he's just that poor man. He's up all the time. Let's see, where's my camera? Camera back here. Hide that. Fade and switch. Okay. Oh. Yeah. So that, like before I had to take that bio break. Too much tea. My experience has been what Ken was describing is that Alex starts with one idea, and then he tries to blow that idea out as big as possible, and then he has to convince everyone around him that we can do that. Which, what you've given me, I think lets us office hours build that. I think, like has all the things.
Right.
But for now, since all I have right now is the Play Out B by Courtney, I will build it for what it can do, because that's all I have. And to build it for what I can do, I need to open the port on the firewall, right? The 8042, and point it to this device. Every mount point has its own port allocation? Question mark?
Yeah. No. Yes. It all goes up top the same port.
So when I was looking at these multiple listener, it had in this section here of line 67. Are those different listener ports or listener sockets bound for some reason? What is that for? Okay, let me go back here. Maybe it's over here. Hold on.
67.
Authentication stream directory. Oh, that's the other thing I needed to ask was stream directory, but okay, listen sockets.
Yeah, stream directory we're going to take out with the code. We're not even going to worry about that.
Really? You don't need that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it not exist anymore?
Your listener stock, the port's going to be your 8043.
Not 8443?
It can be whatever port you want it to be.
Okay. And the listener port is just the... It's not the same as the mount point.
So if you go back to Discord and you look at your name, so this is the URL of my streaming server that we were just using. The
Yeah.
number after the colon is
The port.
listener stock port. Yes.
Isn't that the same port as your mount point?
Yes. So, the mount point just goes after the ending slash.
Oh, gotcha.
Everything is under the same URL and port. The difference between the mount points is the quality we're sending out and the name. In URL, the only difference is the name.
Yeah. So why would one need multiple listener sockets?
Because you can do some pretty fancy stuff with this, and you can stream internally on one port, but externally on a separate port. There's a whole bunch of fancy stuff you can do with this. Honestly, this is a pretty... Is this the default config that install Fima?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a pretty extensive config, and 90% of this we're not even going to touch. putting in an E.
Where? Okay.
Because what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Yeah, see what I was a little, because I went and looked at those Icecast docs, and the fact that it has lines where it says we don't use this, I don't like those kind of answers because I want to know what it's there for. That's, you know, maybe that sounds stupid to you, but I'm still okay. I get, yeah. Why, yeah.
Yeah, this default config comes with a lot of things that are coming in and out.
Yeah.
That,
Well, like here's the section I'm relaying.
correct, and we're not going to use that. I mean, we are going to use relay, but we're not going to use it as it's mapped out for your config here. What's that?
That's what line is that? 99. Starts at 99, the relaying section.
Yeah, so we're not going to use this section because we're not going to relay from. Well, yes, we are, because we're going to do it all from one server open. So yes, we are going to relay from one master source.
So what do we do on and this? If this is the configuration for the master server, what's the difference in configuration between the master server and the relay servers?
The master server would be the server in your office. The relay server would be the server in the cloud.
What is the configuration difference between those two?
Everything is defined in the master, and the relay just owns it.
What are the characters that I will input into the configuration that differentiate the relay server from the master server? What section? So my guess, I don't know, is looking at lines for the master server. I have to have lines 103 through 106. For the relay servers, I need to have lines 114 through 119. Sorry, 122.
On the master server.
This is what's germane to the master server.
Yes, so if this config is for the master server, we're deleting the relay section out of the config.
Okay, so and on the relays, I configured this.
No, you're deleting that too. You don't need the relays if you're using a master server. A master claims if a relay server is connected to a master, the relay mimics the master entirely. So if you stick 4.5 points on the master, 4.5 points will show up on the relay.
Oh.
If you took one away from the master, one is going to stay off the relay. Because literally, it acts as clones.
So it's just clones.
Yeah. So if you do a relay, that's when you're specifically saying, okay, I want to relay just these map points. I don't want to relay everything. A master says, relay everything. Anything I publish on this master server, close or relay it. Publish it. So essentially what you would do is for your master server, and this is one that would be in your office, we would delete the relay section completely out of the config. Okay?
Yeah.
The one in the cloud, we would delete everything but the relay section. And say, hey, you, cloud server, you take all your instructions from the master server in our office.
Which is lines 114 through 122. Keep that. Delete lines 103 through 107.
So you're going to keep lines, for the cloud server, you're going to keep lines 90 through 110. And delete lines 112 through 122.
Okay.
That's for the one in the cloud, the relay server.
Okay, cool.
Master server, you're going to delete 98 all the way through 122. You're going to delete the whole section. So master server means your relay server is cloning your master identically. Yeah, that's a master. A relay means you're relaying a specific mount point. You're not relaying everything off that server, you're relaying a specific mount point.
Okay.
Now, it relays at the quality it's being published. So if you're pushing it at HD audio into your master server is going to relay it to the relay server at HD quality, and your listener is going to hear it at HD quality.
Okay. So since I don't have access to the firewall yet, and I don't know what my encoder is.
I want to experiment. I want to experiment with this on my end.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to experiment with sending, if I can send, because I don't know if I can. I can't get to the firewall right now. Kevin's in another record session right now. He pulled me out because, huh? Kevin Hansen?
Okay.
So yeah, so the second Kevin's out, I should be able to get into the Meraki so I can start opening up the ports on the server, or sorry, firewall, so that you can connect to this unit here. That's what I'd like to.
So you'll need to do two things then. You need to open up 8022.
Okay.
So I can SSH into it. And then you'll need to open up port 8043 for listening.
Not 42?
Or, yeah, 8042, whatever port you want to use.
Yeah, that was that mountain point that I wanted to create.
Yeah.
And you need to SSH to it so you can start the Shoutcast service? I mean, start the Icecast service?
Well, if you want me to modify the config file, I would need SSH access to do that.
I can show you where it is. I mean, it's right here. I can get you to it. Let's see. Let me join. Because the config file, it sounds like there's not much that needs to be modified in the config. Like we've only talked about four things.
Isn't.
There's not. It's since all the sections that need to be commented are commented out. There's something really to modify here.
No, there isn't.
So let me go. Let me see if I can.
Note, though, is the source password. You'll want to set that in the config file to something that you know, because you're going to need that password when configuring the encoders.
When I'm configuring the encoders, okay.
Because you need that password.
But you weren't even using a password, right?
I was.
Oh, you were? Okay. I thought you said that wasn't necessary either. Does it make sense to use a password on the encoder to connect the mount points?
Yeah, because you need to authenticate to the server somehow.
When you're sending.
When you're sending.
Yeah.
What I don't want you to set as a password for listening, but when you're sending, you do need a password. And that's that source password.
Okay, let me join that. Let me join this meeting. Let's see where is this? Oh, it's over here. I am not going to join audio though, so because I don't want to. What's it called? A loop.
Feedback or loop. Or give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a beverage here real quick. Hang on.
Here's a howdy-do. If I answer you.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just dying of thirst here.
I was dying of the inverse. Slaking my thirst for all morning long. Too much tea. All right, where am I? Share screen. Disabled. So to modify the disabling, under security, on the left hand side. You don't have to make me honest. Oh shit! Who's this? What was that? Who is chatting at? Am I getting chats? What's going on here? No, not that. General? No. Uh-oh. Do I have a... Nope. 1140. Still good. This guy, no haircut stuff. Not sure. Okay, that's that. What is going on? Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Good. Great, Tony. Great.
Okay, you have access whenever you're ready.
This. There you go. This? I think so. Okay, and then this. It's fine. Move. Okay. Oops, still move. Okay. Alright, so what? So is this the config? Yes. Alright. So authentication, that's just for the what's it called? That's authentication to the
for authentication, username is so see where it says source password, line 43.
Yeah, that's just for what's it called though. That's for connecting to the web port, isn't it?
No.
Oops, where to put it? Did I do it? Oh, I gotta start it first.
I need to look up the software you're using here. It's called, what is it called?
There you go. What, Parsec?
Oh, you're just running it on Windows, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so open the config, go back to the config file.
Wait, can you see this? Oh yeah, you can. Okay, good.
Yeah, I can see it.
Let me get this out of the way. Me? Damn it, get out of the way.
Alright, go, oh,
Sorry.
you can go ahead and make that config full screen.
Sure. I lose part of it that way.
Okay, so, we're gonna edit line 74, or nope, we're gonna edit line, okay, never mind. That's 8042, okay, that's good. Delete lines 72 through 92.
They're commented out.
Okay, that's fine.
Here, I'll do it. I'll do that. What you said through 92?
Yeah, okay, so we got that.
Actually, that's
let's-
true. Comment. This is commented. These are all commented. This is commented out. This is commented out. Yeah, all this is commented out, looks like.
Okay, good. So we can just ignore all that then. Let's scroll.
Yeah,
Let's scroll all the way up towards the top. Do we hit make note of that source password? Line 43. You can change it if you want to something easier, but just be sure you know what it is.
Oh. Couldn't figure out what it said. It says, please listen to me. Okay. And then what?
Just make note of it somewhere right now.
Okay.
We'll use that later in the setup, but for right now, we just need to make note of it. Go ahead and expand your config file again, because we're not done with the config file.
Okay. Those are
relays. Yeah, scroll up. So now we're going to change clients. We're going to expand that to 300 for this test. We're going to change the sources to 4. Okay, now save this config file.
Did you say to comment out client timeout as well?
I should just delete. Comment it out.
Okay.
Okay, now go ahead and save this config file. Okay, now close out of the Icecast black box there. Now relaunch it.
Will these admin users actually notify anywhere?
Do what now?
Like, so location and admin are two arbitrary strings that are variable in the server info page, the website. What would I? Those two variables, what are they for? I get that warning when I spin up the Icecast.
I didn't see it.
XML file? It's right here. See it right there?
Oh, that's just warning about the local host value. That's fine. It's not going to be.
What?
It's warning you about local hosts, which it doesn't matter because we don't need to define it at the local level. So yeah, we should ignore that. It's not going to hurt us or help us.
Okay.
So now in your browser, you should be able to refresh that page.
Done.
change the line port number. Let me go back and look at this.
Well, that's the web port.
Yeah, we changed the line.
I thought we changed the mount point port to 8084. Right, it's 8042. Not the
There's
web
no
port.
difference. The web port and the mount point port are the same,
Really?
or they should be. Yes.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yes.
All right.
So the line we need to correct is line 68. We need to change that from 8,000. Yeah, so
It says 8042 here.
so that needs, okay, we got at 8042, and then that also needs to be 8042. And then go ahead and save it again. And then close the Icecast box and reopen it. Okay, now if you refresh your web page, it should error out. Yep. Change the numbers to 8042.
Okay.
Now, are we on the server?
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, your server's done.
Okay.
You can hit cancel out of that. The server's done. At this point, we just need the port forwarded to, we need port 8042 forwarded to this box.
And then-
this box needs to have an internal static IP.
Okay. Yeah, and then I forward that to that IP inside, and then make sure that I've allocated enough bandwidth and CPUs to handle the streams I'm sending to it. I send the streams in the encoder to that same IP internally on the same mount point as I'm going to connect to on the outside, with the authentication that we set, which is listen to me.
Yeah,
Per
I'm
mount point?
changing that.
Well, it doesn't actually. It's in French. Were you planning on connecting to it, Taylor?
Plan on connecting to this?
Yeah. Were you planning on
Once you-
Were you planning on giving that to your friends?
to what?
You have the passwords. Were you planning on giving that to your friends?
No.
Then we're fine.
Those are the default passwords.
No, they aren't.
On every default install.
I changed that.
Oh, they're not?
No, it's,
Oh, okay.
it says "Écoute-moi s'il vous plaît."
Okay.
The original password is "hack me." That's what it says. That's the original password.
Oh, okay. That looks like. Anyway. Okay.
The original passwords for all that is "hack me."
Okay, good. Good.
I changed those. It's like the first thing I did as soon as I installed them. Like, nope.
Good.
Changed,
Yeah.
saved, didn't even start it, and then I started playing with it. First thing I did was change it. I saved passwords, then I locked myself out, had to reinstall because I forgot the password. And then actually I didn't reinstall. I rebuilt the previous instance with the first XML that I saved.
So once the port is open,
Yeah.
then we can experiment with sending audio to it, and I can spin up a cloud server just for testing purposes and show you how to connect the cloud server.
Very sweet. So how do you since you work in the business of maintaining and monitoring, what are you using to monitor all these servers? Do you have monitors that you have two servers, right? Or you have more servers at each data center?
Oh, there's tons of servers. We have over 630 audio streams, and they're spread out amongst multiple servers.
But are you sending those to relays at each station? Or is each station pulling in the stream and then broadcasting it out over the radio waves? Like each station just has one point it's connecting to, right?
Well, so so you have the studio, right, of a radio station.
Yeah.
Okay. That studio sends audio to the stream, and then a separate line goes to the transmitter.
Oh, they send the audio.
Yes.
So they aren't pulling the audio from files that are stored at one of your data centers.
So the way it works is in each market you have a computer with the playout system on it. Okay? Those audio files are being played off of shared network drives. The program audio that playout system is producing is duplicated, and one goes to the transmitter and one goes to the internet stream for people to listen to. I don't know how to explain iHeart. iHeart is very, very complicated.
Well, no, I got it so far. Makes sense.
Even me, I get lost in it sometimes.
It makes sense.
Okay, that goes there, because that goes over there, and that goes where?
What I don't get is why they don't have, and maybe it's because of licensure, why they don't have all the, at each of the two data centers, they don't have the source files for the audio in the two data centers, like all the, whatever the song might be, Love by Nat King Cole, right? So if they had that as a file, they then choose stream to the station and then send that out over the airwaves. Meanwhile, sending just the file name into the audio stream that people listen to. Because the audio stream people listen to, is that also a player that they have mount points they're connecting to? Or they're just listening to a stream that's always running?
So you have two forms of streaming here.
Mm-hmm.
You have on-demand streaming, and then you have live streaming. So on-demand streaming is you pick whatever song you want to listen to, and then you stream that song. That's Spotify.
Okay.
Live streaming is you're just basically streaming, live audio from a source that the listener is listening to, and that source can be anywhere. So you can put that computer with those encoders anywhere, send audio to that computer, and have the encoders send it out on the live stream.
And those encoders sending out to the live stream for the listener has a different point that they're connecting to receive that data.
Yeah, it depends on where they are in the country, and it also depends on ad injection.
Where do the ads get injected?
Into the stream.
Where within the stream do the ads get injected?
So the streaming server splits the audio. It slowly delays it over time until it has a big enough gap, and then it inserts an ad into the stream.
Where?
So what happens is the server splits it up and plays an ad, but to you when you're listening, it sounds like that ad was a part of the programming list or the playlist that it's playing, but it's not. It's essentially going magic. It's splitting the audio and delaying it, and then inserting it for you to hear it, and then collapsing that gap back once it's done.
Doesn't the... To my brain, modifying a frequency in the audio frequency changes the pitch and the tempo. Inserting those ads in between songs that are not part of the, part of the playlist, by the server itself, it sounds like. When I said where, I meant at what location physically is it happening. Doesn't that change the character of the song?
Mm-mm.
How not?
Because you stream the commercial that you're inserting at the same rate that the audio is being fed at. That's why it doesn't change anything.
Doesn't make any sense. A 10-minute song. I'm understanding that wrong, I think. A 10-minute song is compressed into 9 minutes because the last minute is an advertisement, and then the next 10-minute song is played. Is that what you just said?
So what happens is when you first open up the iHeartRadio app and select the live station you want to listen to, when you connect to that mount point, the first thing you're going to hear is a commercial. Actually,
Okay.
you're going to see it. It's going to be a video commercial. Once that commercial's done, then you're going to tune into the live station.
Okay.
When the local station goes to a commercial break, the server is going to split you off from the local station. And the local station are going to hear their local ads over the radio. But you on the stream, you're going to hear targeted ads directed at you.
Mm-hmm.
When the local station is done with commercials, the cloud server who's feeding you targeted commercials will stop, play some fill, meaning promos, bumpers, etc., to line itself back up with the air station,
Okay, that makes sense.
and then proceed.
Okay, so it's replacement. It's replacement rather than growing a certain area in time.
Well, so that's for, this is it.
That makes sense. What you just said totally
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, what I just described is your standard AM/FM broadcast stream. Now, when you get into internet only, it's a whole other ballgame. That's a lot of tabs.
Where am I looking? Oh yeah.
What are the capabilities of this guy? Jesus.
What? This is my laptop.
Oh, okay.
So this is my laptop. This is the playout B inside the laptop. This is actually just this is also a tab. It's a browser tab using Parsec. I'm connected to Parsec. See if I can.
Oh,
I'm connected.
okay.
I'm connected to this server. There you go. I'm connected to a server through my browser using Parsec.
Oh, okay. You had me tripping there for a second. What?
Yeah. It's a tab in a browser. what we're looking to do is replace this, whatever the hell this is, audio.
Yeah, so I don't know who feeds that right now, but it works when Office Hours is live. It's a shopcast.com stream.
Right.
So I think that's Mickey who's doing that.
Well, yeah. The thing is, like, it's been a year, I think, since they put this together.
So I've never seen the Mukana operator screen. That was kind of cool what you just had up.
The operator screen? Yeah, it's one of those things that no one's ever really supposed to see. Like, when they gave it to me, Chris Peterson's pretty, like, chill. Alex was like, this never goes out. I'm letting you know, this never goes out to anyone. Ever. And then I gave it to Aaron. Aaron actually has the back end of it. And Aaron gave it to our TD. I'm like, Aaron, did you not get the warning? He'll cut your fingers and toes off if you give that out. But the TD's like, hey, I don't care. And it was that whole back end thing that he was talking about last night. Were you present when he was talking about authenticating to that thing? That originally he had the Mukana PCX Labs, and then Cam was just talking about it. And they had to move it to officehours.pcx labs. So it's two different servers. One's the public one. Because they knew, the second they made it available, the 12,000 people who are right now, or whatever, 18,000 people have gone to the officehours.global site because it's an element in WWDC, which means the second you get interesting, hackers want to hack you. The second you get interesting, the office hours interface, that operator interface, will become something people want to screw with. Just because they want to show their penis and butt on screen. To complete strangers. Like the zoo bombers of the world, right? The script kiddie fools that take great pleasure from that stupid action because they haven't figured that they can make money coding. And it's that weird behavior. It's that weird bad behavior you get to get like the Douglas Carmichaels of the world. Or people who come on camera and just show you their nose shot. Like, why, man? No one wants to give you rhinoplasty. Why do you give us the rhinoplasty shot every time you come on camera?
Well, yeah.
Right? I don't get it. This shot, right? Where is it?
Yeah, you're not going to give me that shot, are you?
The rhinoplasty shot. I don't understand. We get that all the time. The rhinoplasty shot. Like every morning from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. is the rhinoplasty shot. Dude, come on. You can do this better. All right.
Do you get messages in Mukana, or is that me?
Me, probably. I get lots and lots. It's not Mukana, it's from Discord.
Discord.
I'm pretty sure it's me. Maybe it's you. My
Yeah,
Discord.
I didn't realize Bad in the Kitchen had a separate Discord.
We have two. Although I didn't really need two. I just needed one. Well, kind of. I needed one that was our Discord, and then I need another one that Alex would be willing to join, because he refused to join anything where he can't control the people who talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah. The celebrity mentality is what I like to call that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just that he's so busy. Extra noise makes it difficult to hear.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? He is so targetedly busy. Like, there's so many people who want his attention for so many different reasons. For some people, it's to sell him something. For others, for the couple hours in the morning, it's about learning. For me, learning and figuring out how to make a good community. Being able to hang out with Ken is like awesome. Being able to hang out with you is awesome. Learning all this stuff that, like you were saying today, your local university where you study sound engineering and you volunteer, you learn so much more here, right? You've compressed my education about this because it doesn't make any sense to me that when I go read the manual pages on Icecast, it's got whole sections there that just aren't there. Don't use this. Why? I want to know why you don't use it. Don't just tell me don't use it. It's like, don't touch that. Why don't touch that? Because it'll blow up the world. Okay. Well, if it won't blow up the world, then I won't touch it. Just have to say, it won't blow up the world. Give me the reason why not to, and I won't.
So here, I'll share a couple other links here with you. So I own, I grabbed a few domains. So I have US Podcast Network and TJS Radio. TJS is my initials. Well, there's no real website to those, but they are active streams.
Is your middle name James?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. With one F or two?
Two.
Okay. Jeffrey. Sunderhaus.
Yeah, I'm not one F, Jeff.
Sunda. Is that loud? No. Is it Loud House?
Yeah. It's spelled Sunderhaus because it's German, but it's pronounced Sunderhaus, as in the house you live in.
Yeah, but the house, that Haus is also pronounced house in German. Hausa.
Yeah, that's a German, I think.
Yeah, instead Hausa. Well, it's missing the E. Sunder-erTay. But Haas would be like, Haas would be Swedish with two A's. Haas.
Oh, shoot, I sent it to the wrong person. I sent the URL to Alex.
Speaking of devils, you might want to delete those and say ignore. Ignore.
I'm just going to delete them. I'm not going to say ignore it because I don't want to blow him up. I'm just going to delete him off there.
Good family planning.
So those are URLs that I have that just have standby melodies to them. And the system I use to plug the server I'm using for those streams is this server right here. It's a cloud-based playout system with the streaming server built in. And we could build office hours with that because that has a nice management interface. It'd be easier to configure.
Sweet.
So if you go to uspodcastnetwork.com and you hit play, AzureCast, it's running on an AzureCast backend, so when you hit play, that's where the audio is coming from. It's a cloud server.
You're listening to the US Podcast Network.
What's the name of that weird, that I hate the fact these are, I agree, I don't like the word podcast. I'm not casting to any pods, so I don't understand why they call them podcast.
And if you go to tjsradio.com, I have another different standby message.
Like netcast. I like the netcast idea.
Oh, I got netcast.live, I think.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that goes to TJS Media.
Yeah, and I got TJS.media. Dude, I'm a hoarder of domains, I'm just honest. I have so many domains.
Just a
Half of them are
troll.
just redirected to somewhere else, but
Well, everything's going to tgs.media. What are they called? Domain trolls? Is that what they're called? People pick up domains for nothing to just park them. I know a guy who made it like a huge business with that. He started picking up all these Chinese bank domains in the U.S. So like, you know, reddragon3.com. He started every time a bank opened in China, he would pick up the domain here in the United States.com. And then they'd sue him. He'd countersue for this for both the amount of legal costs and for the domain name because they're not in the United States. Because they were for commercial originally commercial ventures in the United States. And then he built a company called Zenny Optical off of the money he made off of that domain trolling. So these glasses right here were made by Zenny Optical, born by domain trolling. Huge company now. And what's really hilarious is that he manufactures these glasses in China.
that's funny.
A big circle.
That's funny.
Yeah. He loves China. They make him rich. Brilliant guy who sadly is dying from what's it called? A horrible disease. So how would I? All right, I'll figure out the rest. I think you've given me everything I need since it's already configured. I wanted to ask about lo-fi. How to use Lo-Fi Girl.
Look, I don't know if I heard the rest of Lo-Fi Girl. Hello?
Lo-Fi Girl? It's in Discord. It's old Discord server. LOFI space girl. Well, it's a YouTube. It's got actually I think 3 YouTube. What's it called? The YouTube channels, but also it's on Discord. And the other day, they made a general announcement that Lo-Fi Girl is now available for anyone to use for anything. Which I thought was pretty friggin' cool.
LOFI?
Yeah. Alex talks about it all the time.
And this is, what, a player?
It's, I'm sending to you now. There you go. Well, it's more, yeah, it's more than a Discord server. Yes, it's also a Discord server.
Streaming audio in
Yeah, inside Discord.
here. Yeah.
That's actually the next thing I want to do I want to figure out how to, for the education group, I want to figure out how to automate opening and closing stages and voice channels. That way, if you're in the East Coast and you want to get help as a teacher between the hours of 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock, that you just join that room and ask questions. So in the what is right now named the education hour, it's that you've been on office hours on Saturdays, right?
Very rarely.
So on Saturday, it used to be from I think 8 o'clock till 11 or 10. Now it's going to go from 9 to 11 or 9 to 10, something like that. So the education hour of office hours on Saturdays is driven to helping educators figure out initially how to make do inside the COVID space.
Right.
And then now it's turned into how to move on from doing things poorly in the U.S. education system and do it differently. And part of that was the fact that the Clubhouse didn't work very well for Apple. Like even the office hours Wednesday night Clubhouse experience was interesting initially, but then everyone just kind of backed off because not everyone bows to the throne of Apple. In fact, the majority of users.
Well, now Clubhouse released it on Android.
Yeah.
So now it's on both.
Well, Discord's been on both for a while. Discord's been everywhere. So Discord, which there's a lot of people who use computers to play games, and Discord is where a lot of gamer kids hang out. They just listen and talk to each other while playing games inside of Discord audio channels. You can create a stage inside of Discord, which is akin to a Clubhouse. In fact, it has more audio ducking options inside of the stage of Clubhouse, or the stage of Discord. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out how to create that.
You can stream video into Discord now too. Wow.
You haven't done this? This is how I make most of my phone calls. I do this. I just do that most of the time. Like whenever I'm calling somebody, I just reach out this way. It's much easier than sending someone a Zoom link and asking them to join the Zoom. Like all the Mad in the Kitchen things as a prep. Oh, I should leave this meeting. I don't know if it'll let me do this. Let me leave this side. Leave. Come on, join. Let's try it again. There you go. Okay. This is how I make most of my phone calls. I start with the Discord, call them up, let them know I'm driving, then I'll send, and then if they want a higher quality, I just say, okay, send me a Zoom. Click on the Zoom link. Makes it real easy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, Discord is very powerful. That's what's really nice about Discord. It's got all that power built into Discord. You can do so many things inside of Discord that why do I need the Apple environment to do something else? I mean, I get it. I'm just not as creative as other people, I think.
Yeah, holy crap. You can do a lot of Discord.
Yes, Discord is awesome.
I'm building I started my own server, but I gotta. Are you really good about setting up like permissions and bots and all that type of stuff?
Well, I only started about a month ago because I wanted to help out education hours. So permissions are pretty easy. I figured that out. Bots, I've got to start adding bots. I need to add bots in order to do the scheduling component. But you just load them up through GitHub. It's not that hard. It doesn't look that hard. I haven't carved enough time to do it. Cool. So I'll go and see if Kevin's available, and then I'll Discord you. If you go to bed soon, though, don't you?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I got about maybe another half hour with you, and I'm gonna have to drop.
Yeah. No, let's drop off now. Go eat some dinner. You haven't. I don't think you've done anything but this all day.
Yeah, I ate before I jumped on office hours.
Oh, yeah. I haven't eaten yet today. I get up at 3, feed my animals, take off out the door, drive here to the office, and then I get on a pre-show. So I haven't had breakfast or lunch yet, which is fine. I'm a fat guy.
I won't be on tomorrow.
Okay.
But I have Discord on my phone, so
Yeah.
shoot me a Discord message.
Perfect.
Let me know when that port's open.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I guess we're gonna need to grab Alex's attention.
Actually, Mickey's more than Alex. I don't really need Alex's attention. I need Mickey's, because if Mickey's the one sending that ingest, then he can move it to this for us to test. And then we just send him a link. Actually, we'll send the link to Ken. Ken will put on the office hours server, and then we'll be able to test it without. We don't really need Alex. We just need him to say, "That's good, thanks."
Well, the point is that the ingest, the audio being sent to the server is coming from the office and not Mickey.
Correct, but Mickey's the one that can configure the stuff from the office.
Oh, he has the office.
Yeah, he's the one that modifies the BSS and the Dante. That's Mickey.
Oh.
Mickey
Yeah,
and what's his name? Tucker. The only good Tucker I know.
Oh, I wasn't aware.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that they were involved with that.
Oh yeah. Mickey and Tucker are in these servers all the time. Just like I kind of am. Not really. Mostly I just do this. Where is it? Oh, you can't see my. This is mostly what I do. But then I also am trying to help create office hours to be more office hours. Yeah. But yeah, Mickey is the back end of the audio to hear. And Tucker is how it functions for the routing. When it comes to comms specifically, but also everything else. And Andy comes in to occasionally do faders, but hasn't been very good at it. His documentation is rather poor.
I missed the Isadora.
Oh.
Session. How did Isadora go?
Go listen to it. I missed it too. I think I was working during it. It's on YouTube, right? Yeah. Andy Carlucci. Was it yesterday?
Was it yesterday? It was like 2 days ago.
See, what's weird is I'm here for it, but I don't get to listen to it because I'm busy working during it. I'm listening to comms and it's really weird. Like I'm producing it, so I don't actually get to hear the content most times. But that's only been true for the past week.
Focus on connecting mixers remotely.
Oh, that one? Yeah, that was less about Andy. That was more about the guy. Yeah, that's remotely possible. That's not Isadora, though. That's remotely possible. Isadora was from like last Friday with Andy Carluccio. That's the cool one to watch as well. That's where we'll be producing the show. Remotely possible is a component of producing the show, the audio portion of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, you go eat. I'm gonna go do another bio break because I had way too much tea, and then I've got a meeting. But I'll send you a link once I've got that configured, so you can test from the outside and verify that you can actually connect an mount point to the inside. And you have the password inside the script, the XML I gave you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Send me that link once you have it up, and I'll play some audio down the line.
Well, I can send you the IP. The IP will be. I don't have the name server yet, but the IP will be IP chicken. IP chicken. Whatever. IP chicken. Just memorize this already. 63.
63.
.205.
205.
.202.
202.
.49. Outside.
And this is going to be on port
8042. Yep. Yep.
All right. Got it.
Ciao.
See you, man.
So, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Bill me never.
I'm living on Zoom, man. All right. I'll see you, my friend.
Yep. You will. That's fun.
All right.
Ciao.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. What? Slack. Join.
So much hope, so little time.
Why am I being blown up? I'm here. here. Oh, okay. It's you blowing me up.
And I cannot hear if you're talking to Sky.
I was trying to figure out who's blowing up my phone. Hold on, back in a second. I got a bio break.
Copy?
Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. Oops, don't forget my keys. Out of the damn building. Hi. Here. Yo. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Sorry. I was in the middle of a email to us all. So I got all of the virtual events. I'm not sure what the left side of my face was. You were saying was fuzzy or something.
It was here. You had a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
What?
It was right. Let me see if I can pin you.
This is a jacket.
Yeah. I think you got a haircut. That's what it looked like.
No, I just washed it. Oh, it might have been wet early in the because I took a shower and it came right on. So.
Yeah, all on your lapel, all here. There's all this. It's still a little bit right here, right inside the. And
Dandruff?
here. No, I don't think it's dandruff because it's lines. It looks like gray hair. Looks like you have gray.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you should. I figured something like that. Yeah, that right there.
Oh, yeah. I did the braid.
Yeah.
Yep. I did.
It's not dander, it's hair.
It's I trimmed it.
And because this thing is 1080p, you see everything.
Oh my god. Good to know. Holy moly.
Everything. Because it does, right? 1080p. Everything.
What is the code that I'm seeing on your... Oh.
Well, that's, let me remove pin. That's, what's it called? It's just, it's Icecast. It's XML. Oh, reminds me, I gotta turn this off. I had to record that session. I had a 3-hour session with Taylor Sunderhaus on configuring streaming Icecast servers. The how of the two.